3-rod road, 4-rod road, whatever. They think they own right to the road, which they don't.
Right. So I guess the thing is, you gotta go down to York, because it doesn't look like this town here has any engineering reports, but York would have it, or the state of Maine would have it, because that was a state road once upon a time.
Yeah, they can tell you about what size road. And then again, if it's a 4-rod road, I've seen a 3-rod road, you know, and it's set off to one side, so there's more room on one side than there is the other.
How wide is a rod?
I think it's 11 feet, I think. Let's see what Siri says. Siri, how long is a rod?
16 feet.
Here's what I found.
No, that's a lead, 16 feet.
It's it flashes so fast. I don't know how to hold it. Yeah. How many feet is a rod?
16.
The rod is an Old English unit of measurement equal to 16.5 feet.
That's
This is
16.5.
for
How
pretend.
many?
16.5.
Yeah, 16.5.
I was thinking it was
16
11
feet.
feet, but
Well, 3-rod road's pretty big. Yeah,
72 feet, almost, well, 16, 32, 48 feet, 50 foot wide, yeah.
Well, the other thing they could do if you wanted to rebuild Main Street is move poles to the other side. You get the field there, by the fountain, that there's no trees.
yeah, and then they gotta get, depending on where the, you know, what the,
Right.
in that area up through there, there's no trees. That's what they've been doing quite a while, is bouncing back and
Right.
forth across the road, but then you're gonna get guying, and you're gonna get, you know, you can't just move the poles across, you know, go from one side of the road to the other side, then you're gonna have a guy on each one of those poles.
Right,
And then that's where if you run them right straight up, there's no guy, no anchors on them.
Yeah, it's an interesting problem.
Everybody says, oh, they ought to go underground, they ought to go underground. Cost of underground is stupid.
Yeah.
And then when you have a problem with it, trying to find the problem, it takes 3 times as long.
Yeah.
We did 2 poles down in Sanford by number 1 pond there one night. They got slapped silly in a microburst down there. We had 2 or 3 broken poles. And they were
Mike, how you doing?
4.5 hours. And even at Springdale, in the network underground up there, we had a bad, like, it took us 3 hours to find that, so we could feed it in a different way.
Right.
Good evening and welcome to the Town of Buxton's Selectmen Meeting for August 21st, 2024. Call this meeting to order at 7:05. We're in an executive session, so we're a few minutes late. Pledge of allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Approval of prior meeting minutes, August 14th, 2024.
Motion to approve. Second.
All those in favor? 3 with 1 absent.
What? 4.
4 with 1 absent, I'm
You
sorry.
said 3.
One,
Tom was absent.
Tom was at, yeah. Abstaining, one abstaining,
Okay.
yeah.
Discussions held between 4 and 7. At 4:30, Chief Kevin Collins came in. We had some discussions about the new
Radio system.
radio system. That's all been, it's almost ready to go online, probably tomorrow or the day after, right?
If everything goes well.
If everything works out. At 5 o'clock, Patty McKenna came in. We went over some fees and things like that. At 5:30, Bill Hall came in, our treasurer. We spent some time with him on carryovers and
Reconciliation.
reconciliation. Just trying to get that stuff ready to go. At 6:50, we went into executive session, 1 MRSA 4056A on personnel from 6:50 to 6:58. And projects and issues, Frank.
Nothing for me this week. Have some of my own stuff to take.
Yeah, I had a conversation with a resident of town that was worried about the road deteriorating in their subdivision, and he had actually texted me last week when I was on vacation, and I ran into him this week, so I passed the information along to Kevin Kimball, and he's gonna take a look at it and be in touch with him. That's it for me.
Mark?
Yeah, so I did attend the parade on Saturday. It was a pretty good turnout. Nice to see the public out there. There was a few incidences of some traffic difficulties. Did speak to Kevin Collins, our police chief, and Nate Schools, our fire chief, to see if we can resolve that for next year if we have the parade again, to make sure that we don't have the traffic coming in opposite directions. There's a parade that was, we had a little fender bender there, and so try to alleviate that problem. So we did have those conversations, and hopefully next year that'll be a little bit better. Also talked with Kevin Collins, the police chief, on the radio systems. David, was mentioning that it will be coming online, kind of see where we're at. We're going to be under budget currently right now. We don't want to give the actual numbers because we're not done, and so things could come up, and we don't want to come back and say, well, we spent more. So we're waiting for the project to become 100% complete and operational, but it looks like we're going to be under budget, which is a good thing. So. And I also spent some conversation with Hunter this week on the personnel issue that we were dealing with, and so that was my week.
Chad?
Yes, sir. So, much like Mark, I was at the parade, and I'm very thankful to the firefighter, police department, and all others that kept that as safe as possible. And I mean, like Mark said, it was good to see everybody out, not just from our town, but surrounding towns out there to celebrate. And I did have conversations with our fire chief, and a lot this week with code enforcement and with dealing with some health issues as well, local health officer issues as well. So
I was at the parade also, and as Mark and Chad said, it seemed like a lot of people were there, and I thought it was a real good turnout. Talked to Public Works a little bit. They're doing some culverts up in Chicopee. They're going to be paving the Buxton Barn Mills Fire Station hopefully this week. They're scheduled for tomorrow and Friday. And that's pretty much my week. Old business, September 3rd, the town hall will start opening at 11:30 on Wednesdays instead of 8:30. New business, tax bills are going to be going out either Friday or Monday. Executive orders, Executive Order 2425008-010, in order to approve William Hall to attend the mutual law workshop in Augusta on 10/17/20 2024.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 5. Executive Order 2425008-011, in order to approve an application for a veterans exemption for MAP 7, Lot 64-9.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? 4 with 1 abstaining. Executive Order 2425008-012, an order approving an abatement of real estate taxes for 2024-2025 in the amount of $72.53 for MAP 7, Lot 64-9.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? 4 with 1 abstaining. Any executive orders by initiative? Accounts payable and payroll warrant. Executive Order 2425008-013, an order approving expenditures as documented in payroll warrant 15.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor? That's 5. And the amount is $103,709.44. Executive Order 2425008-014, an order approving expenditures as documented in accounts payable warrant 16.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor? That's 5. And the amount was $263,508.21. The next meeting of the boards. The next selectmen meeting will be Wednesday, August 28th, 2024 at 7 p.m. The next planning board meeting will be held on Monday, August 26th, 2024 at 7 p.m. Any other business?
Not that I'm aware of.
Public comments and questions? Yes, please. State your name.
My name is Jamie Marshall. I live over on Lower Egypt Road, and I have 2 questions. The simple one is, I was here 3 or 4 weeks ago, and there was an executive order for a pole on Lower Egypt at Town Farm Road. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
And
We
that was
tabled it.
tabled, and I don't know whatever became of
It
that.
was corrected, and we voted on it last week. It's actually on the Town Farm Road.
Down road, okay. So the other ones are more complicated. So living on Lower Egypt, I drive down Depot by all the old Fibers Mills site all the time, and it's getting really, really overgrown. And looking forward to when they take out the dam and there's a little waterfall and something there. Is there any way to trim that back, thin it out, reestablish a view of the river from just before the old fire station down to where that new house is being built? I mean, that's, I believe, a town park of some sort.
We're not allowed to cut trees on the river, right?
So I don't know where the new house is being built, but we own where the old Rogers Fibers Mill is, right? Is that where you're talking about?
Well, so the new
Right
house
on the
is being
cement
built
wall
where the-
there?
where the glass store was that they tore down.
Yeah.
So there's that little circle there,
yeah.
and then there's some grass and some granite, and then there's the granite marker for the Fibers Mill, and then
Yeah.
across from the fire station, I've seen the town mowing that, up to across from that other house just beyond the fire station. That whole strip there, I think, is town land.
That's all
Right,
town
yeah, it
property.
is.
Yeah, so it's like you say, it's getting overgrown, and I know there's the Sauk River Commission, and there's, Land Use Research Council, all those things, but I know, if I'm not mistaken, when things are small enough, you can still cut them and trim them out or thin them out, and I just wondered whether that is something the town, either through Public Works or maybe volunteers or something, could establish a view there so that when the dam is gone and the waterfall is there, you can actually see it.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. That'd have to be a question for Public Works or, I don't know if we're allowed to cut that.
I mean, it's in the 3 years I've after I built my house up there, it's grown up quite a bit. I mean, you used to be
Yep.
able to see a lot more, so, you know, it's just gonna get worse and worse.
Sure. Yep,
Yeah, we'd have to look in on that one.
yep. We can look at it.
Someone can look into that? Appreciate it, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else?
John McManamy. I want to go back to the Main Street, talking about the Main Street. As I understand it, part of the reluctance on the town for paving our gateway is that hopefully the state will pave it. Is that my understanding?
So I think there's a understanding between the Public Works Director and the state that when they repair the bridge on Route 202, that they are going to be doing a coat of pavement on 4A to help reduce noise and things of that nature. That was in misspeaking, I believe that was the understanding that our Public Works Director had with the DOT. And so we know that it's in tough shape. We're hoping that they would get to that sooner than later. They're looking to repair the bridge next year, it's looking like, and so our hope would be that they would do it sometime, maybe next spring.
So do you feel you've got a commitment out of them?
We don't have anything in writing, but we have some verbal discussions that
Yeah.
they're saying that they will do that. Now, I can tell you that I've been to several meetings with the DOT, and, you know, there's a lot of concerns because of the big trucks and where are they gonna go? And that one of the comments would, you know, first they started off, they were gonna send them down 22 to Bonne Eagle High School area and take a left on 35. They felt that that wasn't gonna be inadequate. And so from what I can gather on the last meeting, now, you know, I'm saying this out loud, but I don't know if this is what's gonna happen, but they were gonna work on the corner in Hollis, when you cross both those bridges, in that sharp corner, they're gonna do something to that corner to make that safer. And that was now gonna be the new rerouting route. So my assumption is if they go to fix that at that point, then they would tar, you know, everything at that point. But I know that our Public Works Director did have a conversation with the DOT, and the DOT did tell them that yes, they would put a layer of pavement on that road prior to construction.
And he has been in contact with him in the last week or so, because after your question, we had a couple other questions, and I got a text from the state guy saying what they planned on doing, putting traffic lights in and moving the stop lines back and paving it, but he didn't give a timetable. And so Kevin called him and was trying to get a timetable when they were going to do something. Because if it was gonna be next spring, that maybe we needed to do something now instead of waiting.
Well,
So,
It's
You know,
a double-edged sword, though, because that's probably $75,000.
yeah, I
If we
think
do
to see
that,
Buxton, you know, lay the money out and then have the state, you know, destroy it, basically.
That's what would
I
happen.
mean, I understand that. So I guess the question is, you know, keep pounding away at them so that we get
yeah,
that done.
Kevin has had contact with him a
Right.
couple times in the last couple weeks,
Okay.
and
Then-
trying to get a firm answer, and
Then I had one other question about the police. Do they use their radar system? I've never seen them out, you know, doing traffic enforcement, you know, using their radar. And what's interesting is I live in Salmon Falls Road, and I've noticed it's the same people every day who race down that road. And a lot of them have white hair. But I mean, they're flying down that road, and now that because the chief put the traffic sign, I mean, the speed sign there, I mean, we got 60 miles an hour sometimes. And it's odd because it's, you know, it would be nice if you could find out from the police chief how many hours a month they're doing with a radar gun and giving tickets. I know there's no advantage to the town to give tickets because you don't get any revenue for it, which is terrible. But, you know, I just think that if the police did some radar enforcement around this town, you'd solve a speeding problem and bringing it down to another level. Because like I said, it's the same people that are racing.
They do a lot at Buxton Center, at the school, at the old,
And they should at the school,
okay,
absolutely.
in that area. They're there they're there an awful lot. I don't want to say how much, but it seems like they're always there, trying to, or down where it turns to 35, down on 22. That's another, you know, that whole 22 block, they seem to be, I see them all the time there.
Oh, you do?
I don't see them because I'm not down your way, but I do see them in,
I just want to make sure they're doing it because I know that it's, I mean, it's terrible that the town gets absolutely no revenue for, and now they've got to buy those expensive things in their car to write out the electronic tickets. It just seems like the state is just screwing all the small towns, you know. Okay. That's it.
Thank you.
I had one other question I wanted to ask you all, but I'm going to wait till the meeting's adjourned, so it's not on the record.
Is there any particular time that they're using that Salmon Falls Road as a speedway? Because I know they do.
10 o'clock in the morning. 10 o'clock in the morning.
Because I know that they do radar details all over town, and I can talk to the chief and see if he can do a
Well,
radar
if
detail.
he sat in Woodman,
Yeah.
you know,
Well, that's why
between
I'm
9
asking-
and 10,
That's why I'm asking if there's any
Yeah.
particular time, because he could try to do a radar detail, you know, half hour before that they start coming through there.
you know, the interesting thing is so many people walk that
Oh, yes.
stretch of road.
yeah.
Yep.
And then you got the theater, and they come blasting up, you know, over that hill. And I mean, it would be nice if he could set himself up in Woodman just for an hour and just a presence.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, it's the same people all the time.
Well, I used to sit at the theater when I was working over there. I
Yeah.
used to sit right in front of
Well, sure. You sit at the theater, they come blasting up the hill, you've already got them. So, all right.
But
Thank you.
I'll talk with the chief.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Anybody else? Seeing none, I will call for adjournment at 7:25.
So moved.
All in favor? That's 5. Thank you and have a safe week.